roar through the highways, and on we'll go.
Hello everyone and welcome to this video. So today we're gonna talk about quite an exciting topic, which is Star Stable Mobile on Android. The Apple users have had Star Stable on mobile for I think like 3 years now, and a few days ago SSO mentioned that we are finally going to get it. So let's take a look at what they said. But as always, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you do, make sure to subscribe. It really means a lot. And now let's get into it. So a few days ago, Star Stable posted up their Game Blog 2023 roadmap update. It was written by Jane Schoolman, who is the executive producer at Star Stable. And in their according to plan section of the article, she said, "So what about Android? It seems we have an early access in Sweden in beginning of May. And this will be our 4th platform where you can play the game, since I know a lot of you have been waiting for this. And I do understand that it feels like we have taken forever to get it out since the game is already working on the iPhone. I wish it was as easy to just do a copy paste of the code, but the operating systems, Android and iOS, are not the same, and each system has its own challenges to solve, especially when it comes to performance, meaning memory handling and lag. There are also some differences in how the UI is rendered on each phone that we need to adapt and make sure it works. With that said, despite it being hard and taking some time to get out, we're quite proud of having the game with crossplay on PC, Mac, iPhone, and now Android devices." And here is a sneak peek of how the game is going to look on Android. I mean, I'm sure this is kind of how it looks like on SSO mobile already. I don't have any Apple device now. I used to have an iPad, but it literally like died on me. How dare it? And I was thinking about buying a new iPad, but I just feel like for me, I don't really want to pay 100 more euros just so that it says, you know, it's an Apple device. I mean, I might buy some of them in the future, but for now, I'm gonna just stay the Samsung girly. I mean, I don't even have a tablet now. But anyway, I think this is really nice. They said that they will have an early release in May in Sweden, which is really nice. I don't think it's out yet, but again, it will come out sometime during this month. So if you're in Sweden and have an Android device and want to play SSO on your phone, make sure to check it out, and then I think you can provide some feedback for SSO. Okay, so I'm honestly kind of conflicted with SSO on mobile because on one hand, it is very convenient because one, not everyone has a computer that they can play on, or you know, if it's a family computer, I think the time that you do have access to it, you might have to like quickly do all of your schoolwork and stuff, and you might not really have the privilege of, you know, just playing it anytime you want. So I think that is pretty nice. And it's obviously very convenient if, you know, you have to do something really quickly and don't really want to turn on your PC and, you know, do all of that. It's much better to just, you know, log on in your phone. But at the same time, I'm not the biggest fan just because I feel like SSO is already so glitchy, and having the game be available on 4 different platforms really doesn't help with that. Another thing that SSO is doing is they're basically revamping all aspects of SSO, and it's starting to look more and more like a mobile game because they are catering to the mobile market so much. I mean, there's a lot of money to be made. And I think that's why SSO is making the game much easier so that they would get those mobile casual players. But yeah, honestly, I don't like how the game is starting to look. It is losing its like style that they had, and I'm not saying that they can't update it, but they're not updating it, they're just changing it. Like, look at what happened with the horse buying window, the club window, and now at the end of the month we're going to get a complete user interface revamp, which is just it's something. It's definitely something. So as I said, I'm really conflicted on this topic also because, you know, on one hand, SSO really wants to break into the mobile gaming market, but on the other hand, it doesn't listen to its consumers that they have, you know, their players that they have on the mobile game. Because, for example, let's take a look at the controls. Not completely sure how they were before, but I think a few months ago they changed them to a joystick, and because of that, a lot of players who have disability or just aren't used to it have had a lot of trouble playing SSO on there, and they've, talked about it so much on social media, and I'm sure they've also sent a lot of tickets to their support team. And at first SSO was saying that, they will change it, but they don't really have time right now. And I think a few weeks ago I actually saw a comment from SSO, and they basically said that, the joystick is here to stay, so just deal with it, which is just such an SSO response. I mean, obviously they didn't say it in a way that I worded it, but they said it in their own, words. So yeah, it's not my favorite thing in the world, but again, I am happy that more people will have access to SSO now, because I feel like a lot of people, myself included, a lot of times forget that not everyone has their own computer, not everyone, can play basically whenever they want, and like not everyone is a star rider. And again, I think this is a nice thing to do. I mean, obviously they're not doing it out of the goodness of their heart, but I'm just glad that more people will be able to play now if they want to. So anyway, let me know your experiences with SSO Mobile if you've played already, or if you have an Android and haven't done so yet, let me know if you're excited and you're planning on playing on there. I definitely am kind of excited to see how everything looks. Like, is it so different? I don't know, we'll see. But anyway, this is it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'm gonna see you in my next one. Bye!
Hello, my name is Thumb, and I'm a thumb. I've always been told I was special. Being an opposable thumb, I was told I could do great things. I come from a line of culinary geniuses, builders, designers. I think they all expected me to follow in their fingerprints. But I said, no, Mom and Dad, I want to be a gamer. So I set out for my destiny, and they put me on jump duty. Every day I watched the other fingers have fun. Actually doing something with their life. It seemed like the only time they noticed me was when I messed up. You had one job! I was stuck, and just about to give up my dream. But then, everything changed. I couldn't believe the news at first, but I get it now. All this time, I was training for something else. Now, I'm the one in charge. I control everything. Star Stable on mobile. Coming soon.